Breaking right now, yes, we have a market sell-off on our hands as investors fear that we are indeed headed for an all-out trade war with China. But President Trump doing exactly what he's promised, leveled the playing field. The Dow off 617 points. We did touch 700 points down. So are we coming back? It's certainly very volatile at this point of the afternoon. Of course, we'll follow it every step of the way. But joining me now is Republican Congressman Andy Biggs from Arizona. He's also a Freedom Caucus member. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us. I want to talk about the border wall and the National Guard, but I also want to get your take on the verbal battle that's going on between the United States and China over these tariffs and leveling the playing field. Is the president taking the right approach in your mind?
Yeah, I think he is. He needs to take a very forceful but deliberative approach. I've gone through his statement very clearly. The trade representative's investigation is out there, and we know that China is not a good actor. They're not playing fair. They're not opening their markets to us. They're forcing tech transfer. And so the president has got to lay down some markers, and I think that he's willing to do that, and I think it's long overdue. And if we really want to set the foundation of the American economy again, we have to get a good trade relationship with China. So I'm happy that he's setting some markers out there.
Are you concerned there's going to be some short-term, pain, prices going up, and the impact it could have on this economy here?
I'm obviously concerned with it, but we want to think long-term as well. But I said more than that, we have to take a look at the fact that he's going to go to the WTO. He said he wants to get into the dispute resolution process there with China. He's also opening up this for public comment, and so I think it's deliberative. I don't think there's anything ham-handed here. I think he's in there trying to really get this thing going forward, but he has to lay down some very strong markers because he's dealing with the Chinese who are not playing fair, and they will respond to this, I think, appropriately. I think we're going to see a long-term solution that will be best for America and the entire world, actually.
All right, Congressman, let's switch gears. I want to talk about the deployment of National Guard troops, as many as 4,000 along the southern border by the president. Couple of questions. Is that enough, and will it be effective?
Yeah, it will be. I think 3,000 to 4,000 is a great number, and I think it will be effective. I've talked to both the White House to try to get more information on their plan, but I've also talked with Border Patrol representatives trying to get an idea, and they tell me that it will be effective. And so they are looking forward to it on the border. Both my ranchers, the Border Patrol agents, they want this presence down there. If we're not going to build the wall, if we're going to delay building the wall, which Congress is dragging its feet on, that we need to have some presence to shore up the border security.
You know, Congressman, I lived in Yuma for 3 years, and I'm very aware of the issues there. They built the wall in that sector. But when do we get the big wall? When do you think that gets built, and who's going to pay for it?
Well, no one really knows when we're going to get that big wall because Congress has not funded it. We've got to fund it, start it, and complete it. And I will just tell you that it will be highly effective. And as you saw in Yuma, when they put up a wall, I mean, Sheriff Wilmot, who's down there now, he says when we put up the wall, the crime rates dropped in Yuma. And that's what happens.
It did, dramatically. It was quite remarkable. Is this a long-term commitment to have the National Guard down there, or is this more for show? Is this a show of intent, or how would you like to see this play out?
Well, I think that President Trump is basically indicating that he's going to keep that projection of force with these folks down there until the wall's built. I think it has to happen. But I don't want Congress to think that because we have a show of force down there that we don't need to build the wall. I think we need to get in there and fund that wall.
Very good. Thank you for covering a number of subjects for us today. Congressman Biggs, we appreciate your time.